Now we'll move on to the CSV import, which is the comma separated value file import. This is useful for especially for legacy data migration. So we work with a lot of clients where where we are onboarding them into Open Specimen, and they have their legacy data in other databases or Excel sheets or wherever, and we help them do data migration. So, and we extensively use bulk operations to do that. So the first thing is obviously to map their data fields to our fields. And once that is done, we use scripts to, move their data into our templates and then upload it. So that is, again, this is one of the use cases to use bulk operations CSV file. The other is if you want to do integrations, like you have nano drop output that you want to put into Open Specimen for multiple DNA samples. Usually you get nano drop output for say 80 DNA samples, 100 DNA samples. You don't want to manually enter them one by one. So what you can do is you can create a template similar to that, and you can upload the data for that. So of course, you can either manually import it. Also, there is auto bulk import, which I'll show you. But these are some of the use cases. And of course, other than these two use cases, on a daily basis, if you have multiple data to edit, add, or delete, you can use bulk operations as well on a daily basis. So who can import? What kind of privilege do you need? You need to have import privilege. So most of the regular roles have import privilege. So if you go to roles, suppose you see this administrative role, every object like users, containers, you see that there is this export import privilege. So as long as you have this export import privilege on a particular data object, so you will be able to do the bulk import for that. So if, for example, for technicians, they'll have only bulk import operations for specimens and not the administrative data. So you can see this export import. So based on that, you will be able to do it. Of course, other than that, you'll need to have specific access to protocol or different containers to be able to bulk import data related to that. What is the file format that is possible to upload? It's by default, it is CSV file, but because now we are supporting other countries, they needed semicolon separated. That's also supported now. So when you import data, you have that option where you can specify the field separator. So if you don't specify it, it will assume this is a CSV file, but if it's semicolon, you can put this, and if the file is semicolon separated, you'll be able to upload data in that. So that's one of the main thing you have to take care of, that when you're using bulk import in Open Specimen, the file that you create, you always save it as CSV file. Yeah. So now let's dive into the actual process that is involved in bulk operation. So the first step in the bulk operation is you download a template. So what is this template file? So now let me go back to my protocol. So I'm going to use this demo longitudinal protocol. So in order to bulk import, I have two options. One is I can use from this protocol list, I can use from here. This is useful if you're uploading data for across protocols. But if you're doing import within protocol, I would suggest you go inside protocol and do it. Because this will also support any custom fields you want to import. Yeah. So I'm in the participants list view. I click on more. I go into biospecimen data. So here, if you see, the first step is I need to select the record type. So suppose I want to upload, say, 100 patients today. So I'll select the record type. The first step in my workflow here is I need to download the template file. So what's a template file? I'm going to show that to you. So it's just an empty file with the headers. So this will look something like this, which will have all the fields of participant data entry, like first name, last name, date of birth, gender, and so on. So you need to map your data into these fields. You need to fill up the data exactly in this template and go back and upload the data. So you download the template, enter the data in that template, upload the file as a CSV file. So the file should always be .csv. And now once you upload, the system will give you a report. So there is what we call as view past import. This will show you whether the data was success or fail. And if it is fail, you will be able to download a report and see what is the problem, and then fix it and upload it back. So that's the general process. Now let's